Hey everyone, welcome. It's time for webinar, and today we're going to talk about some exciting stuff. We're talking about some of the new rules of customer success, and we're going to break it down into 5 efficiency gainers and 5 growth levers. Super excited to talk about this topic. I think it's highly relevant for most of us out there, so looking forward to digging deep into this. Um, we're gonna do this for roughly 30 minutes. It's being recorded, it's live. So if you're live, you feel free to ask questions in the Q&A tab here in Zoom. We will have some time for questions. Even if we can't cover it in the live session, we will cover it in some feedback for you post-webinar. So I'm Johan Nilsson. I'm founder and CEO at Start Deliver, and I'm also founder of Impact Academy. So we make a customer success platform at Start Deliver. We also run an academy for training customer success managers, leaders in customer success. So these are our 2 businesses, basically. Today we're going to talk about these new times, and I wanted to zoom out a little bit and get everyone on the same page, because I think we are in a very special time right now, actually. And if we start looking at the general economy, this is the EMF global outlook. They're projecting very slow growth, especially in the EU region and the US region, which I think most of us are in, and probably have a lot of customers in at least. We still have this inflation trouble, and the reality of things is that it's quite uncertain times. For some of us in the Nordics, we have quite high unemployment rates as well. So from a global economy point of view, things are a little bit shaky. So I think that's one thing that's happening right now, and I think that plays into how we operate as a customer success team, as a customer success organization, for sure. I'll talk about that a little bit later as well. So that's one thing happening right now. Another major thing, of course, is also what's going on with AI. So AI has been around now for 2 years or so, but I suspect everybody's now seeing how this is also entering into SaaS. A lot of you out there are working in SaaS companies. Working in SaaS, you will probably enter some new competitors right now. There are a few things I wanted to mention here. The CEO of Microsoft recently said that the traditional application layer, so SaaS basically, is collapsing into agents. So that's where they see things going. If you know Y Combinator, that's the last 12 months, I think they have invested or supported 900 AI startups. So things are happening. The graph here is basically showing how many new AI agents are being launched every month. So it's quite staggering growth of new AI companies entering into the SaaS space, basically. So I think this is also most likely all of you out there are looking into how AI is going to how you're going to use it, or how you're going to implement it in your products and so on. But there's going to also be new people entering your market, of course. And from a customer success point of view, when you have new alternatives, the customers that are not getting enough value from you today are the ones that are going to jump ship the fastest, basically. So I think this, even though you don't see it right now, things will happen here that makes it even more important that we are laser focused on creating value for our customers, and also working with the right type of customers, because otherwise you will see an increase in churn in the coming years, most likely. So these are things happening on the macro level, but we also see things happening internally in the SaaS companies. So Another hot topic. This was a leaked letter from the CEO of Shopify, basically saying that if we can't demonstrate that a task internally can be accomplished by AI, we cannot get resources or hires. So basically saying we need to try to do this with AI first before we hire any more people or add any more resources to it, basically. So quite a strong internal letter. Basically, a lot of other people have followed on this. Of course, a lot of criticism around this as well. But this is also going on right now, where everybody's looking to become more efficient. So you have these dynamics happening right now. I think that plays a lot into our everybody who's in the SaaS business, and also we in the customer success area. So this is a little bit the backstory here for today. Looking at what we do, customer success, everybody wants to be customer centric. That's why we have a customer success team just dedicated to ensure that we keep the customer centricity in the company, that we keep helping our customers achieve their goals, get the most out of our platform. So customer centricity is, of course, key. What's happening right now, I would say even more, and why the rules of customer success is changing, is this efficiency component. So in these tighter times, lower budgets, more pressure to become profitable. Also, probably we see some competition coming in, maybe at lower price points and so on. So efficiency is going to change the game even more and put even more pressure on doing the right things in customer success. Customer centricity is going to be key. Nobody can succeed without customer centricity, but you need to also to be efficient. So this is the basic formula to how to win in these new times, basically. So this is a little bit high level. I now want to go down one level lower, or one level more, making more concrete and actionable. So to help you here, we have identified 5 what we call the efficiency gainers. So these are 5 ways that you can, without more people, basically get more juice out of what you do today. So I think this is where I want to start, and then we're going to get into the 5 growth levers. So we start with this, and just also to make an introduction to efficiency here. We made a recent study here where we asked a lot of CSMs around where they spend their time, and we see this still. A lot of the time spent on an average customer success manager is still troubleshooting, support. It's still handling inbound requests, inbound emails, also on onboarding projects. These are the number 3 things, which is very reactive, right? So when we talk efficiency here, we want to basically help you reduce the time you spend on these number 3 things and spend them where the value is created in a bigger sense. If we can manage these support, troubleshooting, incoming emails, or manual work around onboardings, if that can be managed, we can spend our time on these things. These are the number 3 things that create the most value for our customers. To have the expansion conversations, we'll talk about that later, to manage stakeholders, all the right people, to work with goal discovery and prepare for meetings and prepare for where this customer can go with us. So this is where we want to spend the time. So we want to become more efficient so we can spend more time here, basically. How do we do that? All right, here are our 5 gainers. Number 1 here, when you start every week, you should have 5 clear outcomes that you want from this week. Too many of us in customer success just jump into the tombola and follow whatever comes our way. A lot of emails coming at you, calls, you get thrown into this and that meeting, and then all of a sudden it's Friday afternoon and you don't know what happened. We need to be very clear on what we need to achieve each week. I like to make it concrete. So 5, of course, you can come up with another number, But just to simplify things, 5 clear outcomes, strategic outcomes that you want from your customers in a week. Typically, this can be to book a meeting with a stakeholder at a risk customer. It can be to get sign-off finally for an onboarding where we see the customer is up and running. It can be that you basically want to get the customer to adopt part of the platform that you talked with them about last week. 5 strategic things that you want to achieve this week. I think that's a really great way to become more efficient because that takes away the noise and you focus on these 5 outcomes. So that's number 1. Number 2 here is to own your calendar. So it's a very important part of becoming efficient is to control and own your calendar, to make sure that you have slots for these things you want to achieve. So these 5 outcomes, that you have enough time in the calendar to really execute on those things. Both the prepping, but also maybe if there's meetings you need to have, you need to have those in the calendar and protect them. I would also recommend everybody to minimize the time you spend in the inbox. Too many just sit and check the inbox and act accordingly. Check it 3 times per day or so, and then in the meantime, do these important things that you have to do. Also, you need to block time for some admin. You need to block time for some unexpected things because things change. It's a dynamic, and you will see things happen on the customer side that you need to take action on. So own your calendar, make sure to have room for these important things so they really happen, basically. All right, so these 2 things are nothing revolutionary, of course, and you probably have heard about them before. But how do we do this now? How do we really enable this? And now we come down to some more important practical things that you can really do to become more efficient and get room in your calendar. First of all, you can automate the insights. I know this varies a lot. If you're a customer of ours, you will have this front and center. But I would really recommend everybody here to get away from trying to find out how things are going with your customers and have them being served to you. Now with AI, this is even more valuable. If you have all this data on your customers, the usage data, the feedback data, the support data, all the emails, all the conversations, all the interactions, it's very easy to get served exactly the insights you need. So this is a great efficiency gainer, basically, to get the insights to you. And you might need to adjust your priorities. Maybe you should not spend time on this bad fit customer that's draining you right now. And if we can see in the data, this is not a good fit customer, you should probably deprioritize as well. On the other hand, if you have a customer that has great potential in terms of ARR for us, and we get a warning, something has happened. Maybe they sent us an email where they're reviewing things. Maybe a stakeholder, a key decision maker switched or changed. These warnings, we need to act on them immediately. So automate the insights. This is a huge gainer in efficiency, basically. Number 4, automate the admin work. This is something I would say everybody loves to get rid of, the admin. Although I need to say also, admin is key for doing a great job as a customer success manager. But you have an opportunity right now, I would say, to reduce your admin significantly. I hope all of you are using note takers. Note takers is a great way, especially if you do a lot of web meetings, and to basically capture everything, bring it down to actions, but also a great way to share internally, delegate things. It's a great way to get all the things that were said in the meeting into the organization, into tasks, into to actions. Also back to the customer. So you can also invite the customer and share tasks and hand out tasks to the customer. Especially if you used our shared space functionality, you can also collaborate and immediately feedback things into the shared space from these meetings. That's a great way to automate the admin work and note taker. Another example, we're using this right now internally, is that we created an internal AI troubleshooter for advanced settings, integrations, and all these things that take usually a lot of time to troubleshoot. This is, of course, across all our sections, the support team, the customer success team, the tech product team. There's a great way to leverage AI to troubleshoot all your internal stuff as well, to make it easier. Of course, you can even stretch it all the way to the customer if you want. So automating the admin, and also another important thing that I think is both an admin thing, but also something that's falling a lot of times behind between shares, is the follow-up. With Start Deliver, you can get reminders of delayed actions or inactivity, especially from the customer. Maybe we sent a few emails, we sent a summary, we handed out tasks, but nothing is happening on the customer side. We need to act on those things. So automating the admin, I would say, is a huge gainer of efficiency as well. All right, moving on. We have the fifth efficiency gainer here, and that's to automate preparations. If you ask a group of CSM, do you prepare for meetings? Everybody will say yes, but in practice, I know this from meeting hundreds of CSMs, this is where we cut corners. This is where we actually miss a lot of opportunity, I would say. Because preparations is, I would say, a big game changer in how the outcome of the meeting turns out, basically. But I understand it because we are super busy. Remember the previous slide where we spend our time? If we spend time on incoming things, that's not going to be helpful. So automate preparations. What do I mean here? Basically, if we can get, and here is a great way to use AI as well, to summarize everything that's been going on with the customer. What's been said, what been earlier discussions, earlier problems, issues, and also earlier what they were expecting, what we're hoping to achieve, what their goal was with us. All those things are great to get summarized, prepare, remind yourself. Maybe you've been looking after this customer for 3-4 years, but still you have to remind yourself on what's been going on. That's number one. Number two, what could be great outcomes from this meeting I have with the customer this week? What should just help yourself refine your thinking, refine what you want to get out of the meeting. This is not advanced stuff, but it's things that we skip and we get it, just rush into the meeting, and then we just hope we get something out of it. But the more we prepare, the more we have a clear goal of the meeting, the more we'll get out of the meeting. Another thing that's, I would say, is very much overlooked in customer success is all these objections. Objections here is not that they object to a pricing increase or they object to a proposal for an upgrade. These are objections to actually do things. They might object to having a meeting. They might object to invite the right people. They might object to spend time in the product or to look into a new feature or do more with us. There's a lot of objections that come up in customer success. And here's also something we need to prepare to go into a call. What kind of objections might come up? If we have the context, if we have the outcomes we're looking to achieve from this meeting, objections is quite easy to identify. So these are not advanced things, but if you prepare and if you get these right, your meeting, the success rate of your meetings will skyrocket. So also these are things coming in Start Deliver where you will get help doing all these things straight through the platform. So that wraps up the 5 efficiency gainers. Now we're going to move into the next part, which is the growth levers, we call them. And I think a main point also with these efficiency gainers is to free up time to do what we're going to talk about now, which is basically to grow the business with our customers. And to set the scene here, I want to remind everyone, why are we here, right? Our relationship with our customer, it exists to help them achieve their goals. They have us to achieve something. We need to remind ourselves of that. In the beginning, usually when they sign up for our product, if we have a CRM product, for instance, they sign up to do something. They want to become organized, they want to grow sales, they want to have more meetings, more leads, whatever it is. They have clear vision on what they want to achieve. But as time go along, that vision change, that vision get blurry, and people change, our product evolves, things happen. But we need to always come back to what is their goal. And we need to understand that in order to be able to serve them and to keep growing with them. Because another thing is that when we help them achieve their goals, their business goals, they want to do more. So expansion is actually a great way to see that we're having success as well, if you turn it around. And the opposite is true as well. If we are lacking expansion from a customer, that's actually a risk. That's actually a risk. If you've been a customer for 4 or 5 years and you haven't expanded, we are most likely, they probably are evaluating if we're the right partner. So this is super important just to set the scenes here. But let's get into these growth levers. Number one here, and I think this is the foundation, we need to understand where they are right now and where they want to go. Where they are right now, we have a lot of data. Are we using that in a good way, basically? Have they adopted our platform after onboarding? Are they up and running? Have we any issues? Have they reported some bugs or issues with our product? Have we solved them? Have we been seeing progress? Are we getting closer to the goal they set up to do? We have these internal signals, but there's also external signals. So we need to understand, have things happened on their side? Have they been acquired? Have they raised the money? Have they changed the leadership team? External signals are very important as well to see where they are right now. But from here to where they want to go is where we want to understand basically, if they've been a customer of ours for a while, things might have changed, and we need to reassess what are they looking to achieve. Maybe they changed their plans. Maybe they want to grow in a different way. Maybe they don't want to work in a different way, and so on. So we need to reassess where the goal, basically. And if we know where they are and we know where they go, where they want to go, then we have a great way to plan for that, basically. Break that down in steps, maybe link that to things in our platform that can support them getting there. And when you have that done, you basically have quite a nice growth plan with the customer. So number one here is basically understanding where they are and where they want to go. This is the fundamentals in order to grow with the customer. Number two lever to grow with the customer is we need to orchestrate their buying process. If we compare customer success and working with existing customers to new sales, it's a very different way of buying. In new sales, you basically you go out after the business, you book a meeting, you sell, you close a deal. In customer success, working with existing customers, you need to be aware of what we talked about on the first slide, where they are right now. There's no point in trying to push something on a customer that's not getting a lot of value from what they already have. In that case, you're going to hurt relationships. So we need to orchestrate the buying process around them achieving their goal, around them having a logical expansion when they hit a certain milestone, or whatever you want to call key event, or whatever you want to call it. And if we orchestrate things, this is going to be a very natural buying journey, basically. If we tell them, you have our plan, you have our small plan right now, You're not quite ready right now for our medium plan, but when we have reached these things, when you've started seeing this value from the platform, then I'm going to introduce this medium plan. So we need to orchestrate things both in terms of how we present the expansion opportunity, but also in how we get the customer to see this and have a natural path to this expansion. And we also need sometimes when I talk to customer success managers, we forget that there is different people on the customer side that make the decisions. So we need to, of course, also orchestrate how we get the decision maker involved here. Depending on the size of the customer, depending on the business you're in, this can vary. But a lot of times we forget that they have a sort of a buying process around this. So we need to orchestrate also, of course, the decision maker to have them on board when they're ready for this next step, basically. So number 2, orchestrate. Number 3 here, the best way in my mind to get a customer engaged in a new way of working is using social proof. Social proof is you can call it customer stories, you can call it many names. Basically what we're talking about here is showing how one of our customers are doing something we want another customer to do, basically, and show what they got out of it. It's a very strong way to illustrate what's possible and to make it also non-dramatic, non-pushy, not pushy in the way perhaps new business sales can be, but more showing this is how this was the situation for this customer. This is what they needed to do. This is how they did it. This is the outcome. And then you can of course say, okay, maybe that's somewhat different from you, but maybe we can adjust it in this way. But this is where we see where you could go. So using social proof, it's a great way. Also, if you have a team that's not all that experienced, it's a great way to position them as more of a advisor, more of a business advisor to the customer. And a great thing you can do also here with AI is to use all the data you have on your customers to find similarities, also to find where other customers are more advanced and what kind of outcomes they got. You can also use the AI here to summarize this and make it into a story or social proof or content basically that you want. Content here can be an email. Content can be a slide in a presentation. It doesn't have to be a big case study, stuff like that. So creating engagement with social proof is a great way to get the engagement up, to get the excitement up, to create energy in a customer that you want to make a move. Number 4, another common problem is that we have a target on business reviews. CSMs are out chasing customers to get business review to happen. They get ghosted, no business review happen, or they get the business review, but it's a poor one, and the customer will never get back into a business review with us. So we like to talk about flipping the business review around. And a way to do that, and also this is also a very, very efficient way to work with customers, to open up a shared space where you present ideas, where the customer on their side, at their time, on demand, basically can pick and choose from next steps, from new goals, from new activities they want to do with you. So flipping it around, making it more about being in the interest of the customer here. A business review has no purpose unless it's actually helping the customer move towards their goal. And we can do that in many different ways. So we need to be flexible and make it more on the customer terms. Number 5, this is oil to the machine. So sometimes we have a great idea, the customer is doing great, they want to do more, but they lack the internal resources to do them. So this is a additional thing. Of course, we are software companies, most of us, so there's no big incentive to sell services. But if you have a customer that they have the success potential, they want to do more, but they are stuck in not having enough resources. Adding a service can actually help them accelerate. So they want to upgrade to plan B, but in order to do that, they need to do all of these things. They need this content, they need these reports, they need these integrations, whatever it can be. If we provide that as a service, they might jump at doing that much faster than they would if they were up to them only. So adding services is usually if you charge for them, there's a revenue there, of course, but the big benefit is that you make the customer take the jump faster. Or at least provide them the option to do this. Maybe they want to do it themselves, but if you say, hey, I can help you here, maybe you can even bundle it into the upgrade. So thinking about services to make this leap, if it's from one plan to another, from adding a new module or a new add-on, whatever it is, services is a great way to actually grow, create the growth, and make it happen faster. So that's the last one. We have been talking about some very important stuff. And I would recommend everybody in the team here or in customer success also to sit down with your management team and basically use what we talked about, use what you have in your plan here today. And two questions that are top of mind in the board, in the leadership team is, how do we scale efficiently? Basically, how can we add more customers without adding a lot more cost? That's top of mind of the CFO, that's top of mind of the owners, of the board, of the investors, everybody's mind. Number two, how can we have a better prediction on how we grow the revenue? How can we predict our net revenue retention? And what we talked about today are actionable things that you can put in a plan to support and answer basically these two questions. And this is sometimes a disconnect between customer success and the leadership team. How do we in customer success link up to the financial KPIs? And if you use this or use something similar or get inspiration from this, I think a great action from listening to this webinar is to sit down with your management team and talk about these things, because it's a changing environment. The rules are changing. And I believe strongly that the customer success team and what we do in customer success is critical in these times. So that's a wrap for today. Thanks for checking in, and see you all soon.